Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for some more Splinterlands content, and today I am very excited to be ranking every single fire card in the entire game, either S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, or D tier. I don't believe there's any F tier because every single card has a situation that it might be great for. Now, before we get into that, if you don't know about Splinterlands, it's a really fun play-to-earn style game where you're going to be putting out at most 6 monsters in different positions. They all have different crazy special abilities that interact with each other, and it's super duper fun. And there's a link down below if you want to try it, and I think we both get something cool if you sign up for it. But this is going to be me going through every single card and putting it on there. But without further ado, let's get into it. First card we got right here is we have the Goblin Shaman. Let's zoom in a little bit. We have the Goblin Shaman. So, come on over here. Goblin Shaman reduces the health of all enemy monsters. So that is a fantastic special ability immediately. I think that special ability is just immediately in the A tier. If you're going to get, for $3, be able to reduce their health, you keep this person alive. It's just, and they have 4 health. This is a beefy character, too. They're not going to get one shot most of the time. Fantastic card. That might be S tier. Are we starting with an S tier card? I think that's S tier. Like, that's just a game changer right there, especially if you're a magic user. Good card to start with. I want one of those. Next, we got the Giant Rock. Common card. You can tell because it's got the white in there. 5 cost. 1 melee damage, 2 speed, and 4 health. But the big special ability is they can fly, and they can attack from the second row. If you're not familiar with Splinterlands, typically, with melee attacks, you have to have some sort of special ability to attack the other team, unless you're in the number 1 spot, the tank spot. So 2 special abilities right off the jump. That's awesome. Very weak. It's a very weak card. I imagine this one would be really good when it's leveled up. That's also something I want to mention. Every card we're going to look at here is level 1. We might do another list for level 2s and a higher when if people are interested. But this card, that health really holds it back. You're going to need something with it, paired with it, to bump up its attack. But if you're happening to use, one of those, I think this is a really solid card. It's going to be hard to hit. It's going to be hard to destroy. If you can bump up his attack and bump up his speed, which coincidentally is one of the most popular summoners in the entire game, this is a beast of a card. And I think with those abilities, I go A tier. Like, this is just a fantastic card to have behind your tank that's just going to be doing consistent damage. And if, in a pinch, you need him to main tank, he's going to be hard to hit unless they're doing magic. I think that's an A tier card. Great card. All right. Next, we have the Kobold Miner. 2 cost. Always like the 2 cost cards. Very versatile when you get that low. It has the sneak ability to target the last monster on the enemy team instead of the first monster. So this is not a tank buster. This is a backline destroyer, which is why I always recommend having a card in your backline that's just pretty much a meat shield. Solid card. Honestly, $2 for a backline smasher, I'm all in. Especially if you're going to be bumping that up to 2 attack. I don't think it's amazing. You know what? I am. I think this is an A-list card. Wow. And I might potentially adjust these as we go on. As I say, this 2 cost card I think is better than this 2 card cost. That sort of thing. But for 2 cost, I mean, come on. That's a fantastic little card there. All right. Moving on. Let's go to the middle pack. Let's find some in the middle pack. Here we go. Spark Pixies. Cost 4. 2 range damage. 5 speed, so they're going to get off shot fast. Like that. 1 health. Not a fan of that. You're definitely going to want to probably get them a shield. Or bump up their health, which once again, one of the most... that's another very popular summoner on red. And it can fly, so it's going to be much harder to hit. Especially with that 5 speed. Flying mixed with 5 speed means that thing could be a sticky bugger. You could have 2-3 misses before they finally hit it. Which, that's going to make a huge difference if they can get off those shots. So I think it's a good card. I think it's a very good card. I don't think it's a great card. That 1 health scares the living snot out of me. That's 1 magic shot away from your 4 mana being gone. So I'm going to put it in the B tier. But I like it. Flame Monkey. I love the artwork. Makes my son smile when I showed him this. 1 cost, so immediately we're not in the D tier. You can't even be in the D tier at a 1 cost because that's just so versatile. Especially when you get to, say Bronze 2 and higher, and they have all the crazy different rules, and then it's like, oh, if I just had a deck where I could just have a bunch of these crappy 1 cards that have 1 damage, they could just ravage. So I think it's immediately higher than that. Other than that, it's nothing to write home about. You have to. The only way it's going to attack is if it's in the very front, because it doesn't have any special abilities on the bottom. 2 health, so it's probably going to get 1 shot or 2 shot if it's lucky. Low speed, but for being a 1 cost card, C tier. I mean, I think it's okay. I think it's an okay card. Nothing to write home about though. Fire Beetle, 3 cost card. Ooh, it's a sniper, which, refreshing your memory, targets enemy monsters with ranged, magic, or no attack that are not in the first position. So it goes after pretty much the people in the middle, the squishy people that you gotta knock out. It's a very cheap sniper, which is nice. 3 cost, not doing too much impressive damage, but the 4 health. 4 health is not bad. You can stick that in your 6 slot, especially if you had some healing or armor that's something added to it, and that could be a decent 6 slot card. And then you could just have your really squishy but very powerful people in the middle. So I think it's a good card. I don't think it's a great card. Don't think it's great. I think it's a very good card. And honestly, I like it better than that. As much as this could potentially, just rock them, 1 shot, it's over. One scatter. If someone uses the fire scatter, which, we're going to get into that. I love that ability. All right, the Kobold Bruiser. 3 cost, 2 damage. Loving you already. You're immediately B tier for that. 3 health. You can take a shot or 2. Ooh. Here's the issue, though. We're going C tier. I got ahead of myself. No special abilities means he has to be in the front if he's going to attack, unless a rule modifies it. But, you know what? I'm gonna bump this up ever so slightly to the B tier. Bottom of the B tier, because the bottom line is all the time with those rules they'll mix in like crazy rules that will essentially give cards special abilities, and those happen pretty frequently, and this is a great did I just say it's a great card to have? Yeah, it is. It's a good card to have. It's a good card to have for those. But other than that, it has to be in the front. Once it levels up, I'm sure that's a much more impressive card. Let's get these out of the way. These are lame. I say lame. I don't mean lame. These are cards that are exclusive to if you get into guild brawls, which means most people probably are not going to see them, and you can't buy them. And but they're awesome cards. Like, they're amazingly powerful cards, and they can't be played in the regular game. They can only be played in guild brawls. So yeah, this has sneak, and it has this special ability right here where every time it gets a kill, it gets a health. And so this is super. I mean, obviously, all of them are going to be S tier. They're all great, but I will rank them as we get through them. All right, what are we on to next? We got ourselves the Radiated Brute. One of my favorite symbols in the game, meaning you have long arms, so you can attack from the second row. Normally, you can only attack from the front row without a special ability. 2 damage, so it's bringing some heat and 5 health. So it's not a chump. It's not a chump. It takes some hits, especially if you got a healer, you got some armor, you got something else, some shenanigans going on. Very slow, but that's fine. I think it's a good card. I look at it compared to this 5 card cost, and I say to myself, well, yeah, this is great. This is a good comparison right here. Let's look at these two. Which one am I putting in? I'm putting in this one most of the time. I think that means this one gets bumped down to B tier. I think that just has to be that. I think I was just way too high on that card because I was excited for this video, but still, I'm excited about this. And then I look at these 2 cards, and I say to myself, well, which one of these ones would I rather have? I don't know. Okay, we're going to put it right there for now. But is this A tier, though? I don't think this is an A tier. Yeah, it's a really good card. You get just this guy behind your tank, and your tank's doing damage, you're going to bust their tank real fast. So I like that card a lot. I want that card. I want that card level 2. All right, so now we talk about the ability I was talking about, which is why I was so scared of the Spark Pixies right here. And that is with the Exploding Dwarf, which is a card that will do so. Oh, are these not in order anymore? What in the heck? Yeah, because I like to read them. Does additional damage to monsters adjacent to the target monster. So what it does is, you hit the monster in spot 1, it would hit spot 1 and spot 2, because it doesn't go all the way around 6. You hit the monster in spot 2, it can hit spot 2, but then spot 1 and spot 3 take 1 point of damage. So pretty much wherever you hit, everybody next to them takes 1 point of damage. And so, once again, that Spark Pixies, gone. And that could be a huge game changer. So this being a game changer is, oh god, it's a god. Oh, but that one health is so hard to swallow right there. I cannot do. But if you can modify the health, this is an absolute beast of a card. You know. Now, it would never actually, now that I think about it. Well, but what's crazy special ability... Oh, yeah. So this is an A-lister. I think this is an A-list card. It just does so much damage. If you get that to hit in the right spot, that's dealing 5 damage. Love it. No, we gotta go B-list. We gotta go B-list. Because, yeah. I gotta go B-list because anything with 1 health, I'm too concerned. Speaking of which, Serpentine Spy. I have had such little success with this card. Monsters with the opportunity ability attack from any position and will target the enemy monster with the lowest health. So essentially, they go after whoever is the lowest health. That might be the first person, that might be the last person. Very useful special ability. Also, with speed, I think maybe that's my problem. I just need more speed. With speed, this thing could potentially end the fight before it begins. Especially if they don't shield up. So, I think it's a very good card. Very good card. And honestly, which one would I rather have? Oh, but that, you know what? Ugh, I'm just going to lump it in here. I love these cards, but they are boom or bust. Imagine if this card got hit, and then this card and this card got hit. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, next we got the Molten Ogre. So, big beefy tank. I love me some big beefy tanks. I don't normally like big beefy tanks unless they got some shields, though. So no shields here. But 10 health, 1 speed slow, but 3 damage. And the Molten Ogre ability means that the other team, when they attack you, are going to have 1 less attack. Where is that Molten Ogre? Where'd you go, bro? I need to arrange this by mana cost. That'll make it way easier. Alright. Where is it? There we go. Reduces the melee attack of all enemy monsters. So it's just the melee attack. So I think this is a good card. I kind of put it down here a little bit. Like, it's like, it's not the right home about. I put it with the Flame and Monkey, like, yeah, it's good. Good. Okay. Moving on. And once again, this is all my opinion. I have a very different play style than someone else. And I'm not particularly great at the game. This is just more a fun way to go through the cards and talk about them and give my thoughts on them. All right, Flamesmith. This is a card, once again, one of my favorite cards. And why is this a special ability right down here, which is absolutely delightful? Where is it? Yep, target's armor is destroyed when hit by an attack from monsters with Shatter. So, pretty much, they bust the armor. So 2 damage, and if it's a tank, let's say you're scouting your guy, and it's just like they really like big beefy tanks with armor like I do. You throw this in here with a 1-cost tank that's going to attack after the Flamesmith, and your opponent's got problems. Your opponent's got big problems. I love this card. I think it's a great card. I think it's an A-list card. I would still rather have that Kobold Miner, though. 2 costs? Come on. It's 2 costs. It's so beautiful. All right. Magma Troll. So we got another person attacking from the second row, which is something I really, really love. little bit cheaper. A little bit. Let's put him up next to the Radiated Brute because I think those two are the most comparable right now. So for $1 less, you're getting 1 less damage, 2 less health, but 1 more speed. And that's, I'd rather pay the $1. I'd rather go sacrifice somewhere else and get myself the Radiated Brute. Which means I think this, I honestly put this on the D list. It's just not wowing me. Like, honestly, I see this and I say to myself, I'd probably just rather have the Toad. There's a 3-cost Toad that does roughly the same thing that this does. I think it's a little bit slower, and it's like, nah, I'd rather just go with the 3 or the 5. That's a D-lister, I think. Goblin Fireballer. 2 costs, so we're going to get some versatility. 2 health. Okay. And 1 attack. Once again, I put it in the Flame Monkey category. Nothing to write home about. Nothing spectacular. I don't think it's terrible. I mean, if you want a little bit of ranged damage, put a little extra pressure on the tank. It's not bad. Eden Spearman. 8 cost. Big beefy tank. Big beefy backline tank. Because obviously you don't want them in the front spot, because if you ever get this symbol in the front spot, well, that person's just going to get punched in the face. They can't attack anymore. But man, 8 cost on a backline tank is just not my play style. I just can't see myself using this. But here's the thing. I think I go C-list because while it's not my play style and it's not for me, it's still, I imagine that someone sees this card and they're like, oh my gosh, that would be perfect for my deck because of however they construct it. And so I'll put it there at the bottom of C tier. Not for me, though. All right. Ant Miners. Very interesting card. 2 costs. So we got versatility, right? So I feel like we're going C tier at the worst. 1 health. Scares me to death. But every time someone dies, they gain a health. Which means, if placed in the right position, this could essentially be a tank. Like, at the right time. So, I'm imagining maybe put this in the 3rd position, and I have this card, I do believe, and I haven't used it successfully, but I think if you put it in about the 3rd position, it could essentially be a stopper tank that would pop up, because by then it would have, 5, 6, 7 health. It's a very interesting card. It is some next level card, and I'm going to put this one in the B tier. I would love to get better at using that card. All right, next we have the Charlock Minotaur, which never misses. I don't even look at that one. It never misses. 8 cost, big beefy tank at 10. So, let's see. Yeah, I'm looking at you, and I'm saying the Charlock Minotaur, I'm going to go into the B tier. I like the never hitting special ability, especially if you see, you're scouting their history, and it's like, oh, they run fast and they run flying. Because when they run fast, they run flying, it is so hard to hit, but not ever missing. Like, this is a stopper. And I think it's a good one. I think this is an A tier card. Like, this tank against their tank, if it's a flyer, like, almost wins you the game. I don't think I go that far. I'm gonna go top of the B tier. Yeah, I'm gonna go there. I like it though. a lot. Alright. Another one of these crazy shenanigan cards. It attacks from the 2nd row. It has 5 attack. Shut up. That's so dumb. 3 armor and 8 health. So pretty much you put a baby tank in front of this, and then this is the real tank. Like, this is the... But oh my gosh. That's such a stupidly good card. And then, this one. Oh my gosh. Be still my beating heart. I want this card so much. That symbol means that everyone on your team goes faster, and she is a 6! This is a tank! No one's hitting this! Well, with magic ability would wreck her face a little bit, but woo! Still, that's a fun card right there. That could be a backline. That could just be a backline stopper. Interesting. All right, the Venari Heatsmith. Very interesting card. This one is. It is has the ability to. I know tell you what it is. So essentially, the magic when it hits it normally goes straight to your health, right? Well, this makes it go to your armor. He's a really good mini tank. I like this card a lot. I'm gonna put this in the B tier. If you're like for 3-cost tanks, I like this guy, especially if you have someone repairing his armor. Like it's a good one. It's a good one. I'm gonna go B tier. Good card. Radiated Scorcher, 1 cost. It's always nice. 2 health, but it has to be in the front line. This is pretty much just a meat shield for the back. And once again, oh, look at that. You suck, Flame Monkey. Alright, Flame Monkey is now D tier. Because literally everything about the Radiated Scorcher, at least at level 1, is the same or better. So, there you go. Now, once again, as you level up cards, things change. So we got the Scavo Scientist, which makes it so that the person in your front is feeling good in their tum-tums. It pretty much removes all negative effects on the monster in the first position on the friendly team. I don't particularly find this ability that useful, and maybe it's because I'm still a noob. And let me know in the comments if you know how to use this successfully, because I don't, so I'm putting this one in the D tier. But it's still better than the Flame Monkey, because Flame Monkey, you just get yourself a Radiated Scorcher. Lava Spider, we're getting a Sniper. We're getting a 3-cost Sniper. 4 health, so it's got some decent health. Where was I thought we had another. There it is. Let's take a look. Lava Spider versus Fire Beetle. Very comparable. They both cost 3. And they are the same. They're the same. Right? Yeah, they're the exact same. So you can essentially have 2 of the same unit in your backline. That would be really oh my gosh. I kind of want to run a Lava Spider, Fire Beetle, thick heavy backline, thick heavy frontline, and just bust their shield. That would be an interesting comp. They're the same card, so I guess we just keep them in the B tier. I think it's a great card still. Anytime you can get yourself a 3-cost Sniper, I think you do that. All right, 4-cost mini tank, the Antoid Platoon, and once again, very versatile card. Same thing I said pretty much about the Venari Heatsmith, I say about this. So I'm going to put it here in the B tier. It's a very good card. If you need a mini tank, 4-cost tank, they can work. You're going to have to protect them somehow. Or hope that you're playing low numbers. But they can work. All right. What do we got? Fire Elemental, I love you. 5 cost, 2 range damage, 4 speed, so they're getting off a shot pretty fast. 2 health, so they're not a complete tank. I think they're a very good card. So let's put them next to here. Yeah, I would rather pay the 1 and get this. Just knowing she has a little bit more health, knowing she's gonna do that because once again she's like scratching a lottery ticket. And what I mean by that is, hey, maybe she hits a Spark Pixie. You know, and it's just like, boop, gone. 1 shot. Maybe she hits that Exploding Dwarf. So I'm going to put her ahead. I'm going to put her right up here with the Marlick. Very good. Very good. I love that card. All right. Living Lava. This one. B tier. Very good card. It is a solid, beefy tank. Especially if you don't think they're going to run magic. It has the shield ability, which means that when people do range damage or melee damage, you're going to take 1 less damage, which means if they're not bringing it, like this Ant Miner could go up against this Living Lava all damn day, not do a single damage to it. So if you can catch them with their pants down, with so to speak, with that, I think this is a really good card. And yeah, I'm going to put it up here with the Charlock Minotaur. Loving those tanks. All right, we got the Pyre. Once again, big speedy. This is a very, very popular card. Put it in the S tier. Ooh, but I think this is still better. The other thing that I really like about this is anytime you get a 2 or 3 cost summoner card, that's always a great thing because you can spend more on your fun cards. And no, I'm gonna go top 8 tier. Because because I gotta be careful with the S tier because there's like stupidly like $1,000 cards that are like absolutely incredible. Let's get to one. Let's go to the bottom. Let's get to the Let's just go stupid. Let's go top of the S tier. Jejen Zaku. This summoner will cost you 7, but every single person gets +1 to their range damage if they have range damage, +1 health, and they get the crackle ability, which means so essentially. I want to go back. So if you combine Jejen Zaku with the Fire Beetle and the Lava Spider, you would be sitting at 13. And you would have 2 people who would be shooting the front line for 2 damage. But then the second line would be taking 2 damage every single time. And there's a very good chance that by that second turn, you're going to kill whatever's on that second line. And then you're going to start moving through. And the bottom line is, if you ever get into like some of the rank mode, or one of the crazy ones where it's like you have 99 to spend, this is a win. Like, this is an insta-win card if you have this. S tier. But instant win only if it's on 99, and you still need to play well. Alright, so next we have the Marlick Inferno. Another 3 tier. This one adds 1 damage. I wish I owned it. I need to rent this card. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You're so beautiful to me. Yeah, just 3 cost summoner. Gets you an extra melee attack, which if you're like me and you like melee attack, it's a no-brainer. Getting a 5 cost tank. Now we had the 3 cost tank, we had the 4 cost tank up here. Let's put that 5 cost tank because I think it's very important to try and have a tank at every single cost in your deck. Like, if you can do that, things will get so much easier. I'm still working on it. So 5. What do we got? 4 speed, attacking fast. Not really what I want out of my personal tank, but it has a shield ability. It's okay. This one's a nothing to write home about. Because the 1 damage, I mean, it's not. Maybe as a backline defender. I don't know. Put this in the C tier. Yeah, I think it's a 5 cost tank, which immediately gives it some versatility. And no, I think honestly I like this one better. I like the because I can see myself maybe trying to use that card just for funsies and seeing if it works. Next we got the Pit Ogre. Pit Ogre, very very interesting card with the stun ability. So the stun ability means that if you hit them, they're not going to attack next time, which can be huge. So now, once again, it has a chance. It doesn't always do it. But still, I think it's a very good card. This is the kind of card that can win you the game. I think anytime you get in the B tier, you're talking about cards that could single-handedly win you the game sometimes. And so I think this is it. This is one of them. 6 cost is a lot, though. So this is a 6 cost tank. That's so boom or bust. I'm going to put it down here. Put it in the C tier. I'm going to put it at the top of the C tier because it's way more fun, I think, than Molten Ogre. But that one, you need to shield up that one. You get yourself some shield, get yourself some heals, get yourself some speed. I don't know what you do, but that one, actually, you know what? Ooh, I'm going that B tier now I think about it. Because when you get those special rounds where it's like, add a special ability to this, like, imagine this one has sneak. You know, like, so that one, okay, that could win you around. Actually, I like that one. The more I think about it, the more I like it. You go ahead and the Serpentine Spy. Which would mean you go ahead all the 1-costers? No, just the Serpentine Spy. He's weak. Alright, Cerberus. So, 5 costs, 2 damage, 4 so I'm not against this card. before you give me the special ability. And the special ability on Cerberus is awesome. Cerberus is able to heal himself, I do believe. Let's see, where is it? 5 cost, 5 cost. Where is my 5 cost puppy? I'm blind? Yeah, he heals himself. I can't find him. I don't know why. That's weird. Yes. And I think that's really awesome. Very useful. He has to be at the front line, though. That's a little bit concerning. But it's but once again, this is a 4-cost tank. This is a 4-cost tank. This is potentially a tank that could... Yeah, I like him. I think he's very functional. I'm going to go bottom of B tier. I think he just goes in here. And you look at these 2 cards and you say to yourself, I can see myself using either of these cards depending on the situation and depending on who I have behind him. So I think I think it's solid. I think they're solid. I think that's a very versatile card. I'm going to put it with the rest of those tanks. All right, got the Flame Imp, costs 3, magic damage, and this is one of the first times we've talked about magic damage. Not much magic damage going on in the fire. So 1 magic damage. So once again, we immediately have to move it up a little bit higher, I think, just because there's not much magic damage. But honestly, this card, nothing to write home about. The 1 health scares me. The 1 damage is okay. The flying is nice. But still, you get a scatter shot. You get some magic users. Yeah, I'm going to go C tier on this one. Nothing to write home about. Very underwhelming, but I imagine when you level that card up, it becomes much less underwhelming, especially just how little magic we got going on here. But now we got to run on magic. I can shut my mouth. Because we got the Mage Fire Wizard. It is 8 cost, 2 magic damage, very slow though, 1 shield, 5 health. This is and when it gets attacked, it has the shield on it. This is another backline healer. There's this another backline tank arc. So which one of these 2 would I rather have? I think I'd rather have the damage. You know, the 3 damage. He's moving up higher. He's growing on me because I think she's B tier as well. She can win you the game. She can most definitely win you the game. Because Oof. I need to... You know what? I kind of want to run a big front. I love big, beefy tanks. I might start running a big front tank, big back tank kind of squad. See how that goes. All right, Beetle Queen. 4 cost, 1 magic, 2 health, 1 armor, 2 speed. Me underwhelmed. D tier. I just don't... I don't see myself using that card. It's just she's so weak. And she's not doing that much damage without any special bells or whistles, so I bet she's a lot more impressive when she levels up. The Phineas Rage. So we got another second row. Ooh, second rower. 2 damage, 5 speed. They're attacking fast. Which I do like, because a lot of tanks will have like 1 armor or 2 armor. And so if you take that out with him, that means your big tank can go to work on that. So I do like that. 7 costs though. That's a hard pill to swallow there. If you're bumping up the speed, if you're bumping up, actually you could be bumping up the damage, which I think would really... I'm going to move this one up in the mid B tier, I think. Mid B tier sounds right. That's a fun little card. Let's see, what other special abilities do we have up there? So this one's a 5 cost. Yeah. I'd rather have this. I'd much rather. I think that just shows you the Radiated Brutes, just how solid that is. Because I would much rather, I think, have the $2 extra to spend somewhere else. You know, 3 health is nice. But I still think this is a good card, but I think that's just the difference between the B tier and A tier. And you know what? I'm going to knock you down a row. Alright. What do we got next? Shorch Fiend. S tier with a bullet. Fantastic card. Top. I'm going to go top. Anytime you can get a card for 0, it's so nice. You know, it's amazing. So versatile. You got low numbers, which most of the time you do. Most of the time you don't fill out 6. A lot of people don't fill out 6. This is you getting an extra backline. Just an extra little safety net on your backline. Or however you use it. It's just fantastic. Quid Youth. This is a summoner. It's got the special ability where when you break the armor, everyone on your team, after they break the armor, normally that doesn't go through to the health. So if you deal 7 damage to someone with 1 armor, their 1 armor is gone, but they don't take any health damage. This makes it so that they take all that damage. Very useful ability. S tier. I mean, it's a 3 cost. Yeah, I think this is... No, I can't go S tier. Got to go A tier. A tier. Yeah, put it right there. Because once again, S tier is reserved for, like, ridiculous. Like, the just ridiculous stuff. Alright. The Efrit Elder. Very, very interesting card. Because it has the special ability that gains increased stats if it's the only monster on the team alive. So pretty much everybody dies, they're left, and they become more powerful. They are, in my opinion, the cream of the crop when it comes to the backline. The backline tanks. You know, they could... But, I don't know. That 3 damage. I think they're up there, though. But this one's only 6. That's a whole different ballpark. Spending 8 versus spending 6. But I'm going to go 1-1A. That 3 damage, though. I came around on that 3 damage. Alright. Serious. 2 range damage, 3 health, whatever. She looks... she's okay. I think she goes to the bottom here. Alright. Lord of Fire. 3 costs, so cheap, versatile. Lord of Fire has another very special ability because he is able to... I'm drawing a blank at the end of the top of my head right now, but I know it's a really, really fascinating one. Where the heck is the Lord of Fire? There he is. All friendly monsters have increased health. That was this. Yeah, everybody has an extra health, which is huge. You know, that's like some summoner ability type stuff. Like, think about that. That's typically the type of thing that a summoner does. And he's able to do it. Where'd he go? Where did the Lord of Fire go? Did I lose him? Oh, there he is. For 3 cost and 4 health, so he's going to stay alive for a while. I mean, there's a reason he's a legendary. I put him in the S tier. Great card. And I think he goes even above him. Because he's doing damage. So he's not only doing something for the entire team. Imagine having both of these. So they have... Oh, man. This game's so fun. Alright. Oh, we're going to the stupid pile. The S tier. Boom. Right there. There you go. Oh, where the... oh, you're 7 still tops. This one gives you 1 attack, 1 speed, and they have one less health. Do I need to say more? I mean, you have an immediate leg up on everyone. Exploding Rats, it's so fun. It's such a fun card. But once again, it's such a dangerous card because it only has 1 health. So you can go in the 1 health squad over here. Because but it does do the exploding damage, which I absolutely love. So if you have something that's going to give it a shield, something's going to give it some heals, some health, keep it a little safe. Somebody who's going to say, hey, look at me, look at me. The Exploding Rats can really wreck. They can really wreck. And I've been working on a fire deck that has 3 of the those people. I haven't perfected it yet, but man, if I could get there, that'd be fun. All right, so we got the Scavo Fireball doing 2 range damage with 4 health, 2 speed. It's okay. It's okay. Nothing to write home about. I'd put it in here. Put in this general area. Yeah, I think it's a good card. I don't think it's a very good card. I think it's a good card. The Tenyi Striker. I think this is a very good card. It is a B tier card in my opinion. And if you play in ranked, you'll see it a lot. Because it has a lot of health. And if you can beef up his attack, he just comes in there and he shreds everyone's face. And it's not nice. And for 5 costs, that's not a bad cost either. Like, very rock solid card. That card can win you a lot of games. Jejen Apprentice. We're going to put it right up there with that exact same card. I think these are two peas in a pod right here. This one, though, I think that this one's going to be essentially blasting away at the tank because it's only dealing frontline damage. It doesn't have any special dancy abilities. But, you know, this is a great... I think both these cards, like, can't go wrong with either one of them. 2 magic, 4 health. You put them in that 3-4 spot, gonna wreck. Molten Ash Golem. Talk about a card. This is a backline tank style card. It also has a special ability that it can shoot from the first spot. So you could put it in the front spot if you really wanted to. I guess if that was your strategy, just to try and keep him alive. But I think he's a good card. I think he's another good backline tank. 6 cost backline tank. So, once again, I said having a tank at every cost is great. Imagine having a frontline and a backline tank at every cost. That's the dream. We need a lot more card backs for that. Tarsa, A tier. Great card. 1 extra damage and 1 extra health. Just great card. Just period. Yeah, I'd go right there. Because I think giving up 1 mana so everyone on your team for 6 health, I'd say it's a pretty good trade. All right. Next we got Fire Demon. 4 cost, 2 damage. We just did another one. Man, there's so many fire cards. Let's zoom out a little bit. All right. So 4 cost, 2 damage, 5 health, 3 range. I think this goes in the B tier. I think it's another really solid card that could potentially win you the game if you're trying to bust a shield. Like, this is just a great little shield buster card for 4. I'm trying to think what I would take for 3 instead, but not, I mean, I think it's solid. I think it's bottom of the very good. It does its job well. What more could you ask for? All right, we have the Talia Firestorm, which once again I'll put at the top of the A tier. I would love this card. I'd use this card a lot, just because it just lets you put out 1 extra mana, which sounds like it's not much, but if you only have 13 mana, you know, maybe that's the difference between getting out a tank that you think, an 11 cost tank that you think could win the whole game by itself. Because, I mean, there's cards out there that could just literally win the game by themselves because of their ability or whatever. And so I think that one's top of the A tier. Anytime you can save yourself, just gives you more functionality, more versatility. All right. We have a 2-coster, so we're immediately going to be in the C or the B tier, I think. 1 range damage, 1 health. Ooh, I'm got nothing to write home about here. Not a fan of this one. 1 health. It's not doing much. Like, it's a good card. It's just I don't think it's anything to write home about. Sniper Man, Frexriel General. 2 range damage, 4 heart, 3 speed. Doing some sniping. 5 cost though. Being able to kind of pick out whoever has the lowest, like that's they're going for that squishy middle part. I think this is a good card. I think I'm being too generous with the B's. I'm gonna go with this one at the top, the C. I think it's a good card. No, we're gonna go. I think I messed up the B's. Too many B's. There's too many B's. Ifrit Rising, big beefy tank. Legendary tank, no less, with the special ability to... Where is it? Ifrit. Where are you, Ifrit? Don't you hide from your grandma, Ifrit. I'll catch you. Then you're going to get a woofing. The monster attacks every other round, but does 3 times the damage. That's essentially just... It's going to kill something. It's going to absolutely destroy something. And I feel like I need to use this tank. I have this tank. I bought this tank. I need to use this tank because paired with... That's really good. Okay, we're going to put him right here. A tier. Bottom of the A tier. It's a great card. All right. We have the Serpents of the Flame. 6 cost. And we're getting into the good stuff now. We're getting into the real good stuff right now. 6 cost and the special ability to When hit with a melee attack, monsters with Retaliate have a chance of attacking their attacker, so can potentially attack them back. Big beefy tank, so he's going to attack first, get attacked, and potentially attack them back. One damage is underwhelming, but once again, summoners, one of the most popular is Tarsa, because she makes this too, and once again, that's a big difference, especially if you're going for a tank buster comp. This person leads off, maybe breaks that mini shield. I think it's a very good card. I think it's a very functional 6-cost tank. Put it right here. You can come with the rest of the tanks. I love me some tanks. Pyromaniac, 6-cost. Woo, he's a sneak. He's a sneak. 4. So this is pinpoint precise, going after exactly who you want to go out for. I think it's a very good card. This card can win you the game. I look at these two cards, I say, which one would I rather have? I'd rather pay the extra $1 and potentially pick somebody off, and pick them off fast, no less. So I think we're going to go a little bit higher on the B tier. Get you a little away from the general. Yeah, alright, I like that card a lot. Pyromancer, 6, but it's doing the sparkler damage, so it's going to hit the person next to it. 2, 2, and 5, so it's got some decent health. Once again, I think this is a really good card. I kind of want to make a tank. I need to make a deck that has all these. I need to start reading some of these cards. Yeah, I'm going to put this in the very good. But 6. Ooh, 6 is a hard one. 6 is a hard sell here. Because you're going to be hitting the tank for 2, which is not the right home about, but you're going to be hitting that backline. I'm going to go to the top. Oh, man. I'm going to go to the top of the C's here. No, I like the sparkler ability too much. B tier. There's just so many good cards. I like so many of them. Let's go get Gorth. He's one of those dumb cards. What do you do, Gorth? Gorth's a big beefy tank. He's got 12. He does 5 damage. Oh my gosh. So 5 damage. You pair it up with that, you got yourself 6 damage. Plus, every time it kills something, it's going to gain health. If you heal this thing, it's... Oh my goodness. Yeah, these cards are ridiculous. I'm going to put that right there. Put these two together. Oh my gosh, that'd be disgusting. Alright, the Pyromancer. This is the same card we just looked at. I just accidentally put it there twice, so we'll just go ahead and put you back down here. The Goblin Fire Mage. 4 cost, 3 health, and the special ability, very nice. When this monster hits an enemy, it clears all positive status effects on that enemy. I, once again, don't really know how to use this special ability. I'm sure it's nice. I'll put it in the bottom of the C tier. Because otherwise, I look at this and I say, I'm not very impressed with your 4 cost, and with your 3 health, and with your 1 magic. But if you know how to use this stuff, I'm sure this is amazing. I do not. Alright, Lava Launcher. This is a fun card. This is a frontline or a backline tank that does 3 damage, 6 shield, 5 health. It's just a delightfully fun card to play with. We're going A tier on this one. It's one of my favorite tanks, and the more I use it, the more I like it. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Yeah, put it there. Alright. Continuing on, the Forgotten One. So, this one, I've used this a couple times. He's got 9 costs, so he better really be bringing it. 4 damage, I say, great, you're bringing it. 4 shield, great. 8 health, great. 2 speed, okay, whatevs. But then the ability that they can't have people, like, mess with them. Essentially, they can never have negative statuses. It's immune to negative status effects. And I say to myself, I don't really still know how to use that. So I'm going to put it at the bottom of the C. There's a lot of other tanks I'd rather use. It costs the same, or less, or more. Alright, 6. Magical Resistance. Tusk the Wide. It's a big fat guy. I like how they Tusk the Wide. He is literally just a meat shield. But if you think they're gonna go magic, this is a super versatile card. Like this is I think this is an A-lister. Like if you scout them and they're going magic, you're in the money. And even if they're not going magic, you still got a beefy tank there, especially if you're healing them. 12 health. 13, you got Tarsa. Tarsa and Tusk. Woo, you got yourself a beast of a boss there. A-lister. Like that. 6-cost tank. I think that's a very solid 6-cost tank right there. But that's why it's got that fancy color. 7-cost, 3 okay, so this is a very situational card. This is the D tier. I think all these cards are D tier, to be quite honest, because, well, here's the thing. This is a D tier unless you you play in ranked and you probably have a lot of money. Because this specifically does a bunch of damage, the Jejen Inferno, to cards that cost 10 or more mana. But there are so few cards that cost 10 or more mana that it's like, okay. But other than that, like, it's still a good card. Like, 3 damage, 4 health. But for 7? Nah. 9 times out of 10, you're not even going to think about putting this in. I don't think. Unless you don't have much magic attack. If you don't have much magic attack, then that is what it is. Alright, so we got a 7 cost here. The Phoenix. 2 magic. Oh, this is another 7 cost. 5 speed, 8 health. And it flies. So this is a heck of a tank right here. Or backline. I mean, you can put this, honestly, this thing, but there's not a bad spot for this. It's going to be really hard to hit. And when you do hit it, it's not going to be a big deal because it's got 8 health. It's beefy. A-lister. A-list tank. Let's go. Hang out there with Tusk. Pyromancer. Oh, wait, we forgot about it. Fina Vixen, a legendary guild card. How stupid are you? 3 attack. Goes for the weakest. 7 health. 4 speed. Attacking. Yeah, it's a fantastic card. I mean, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? It looks amazing. Magnoir. So, has a special ability, and I think this is the first time we've seen it, where everyone will look at him. And I think, so he's the only one on here. Very interesting. But that's on level 1, I should say, because as you level them up, they'll get different stuff. 13 health. Huge, beefy boy. 4 attack. Wow. Now that is a wowzers of a tank. That's an A-lister right there. That's a tank that can win you the game. Really easily. You know, you combine him with that Tarsa. Get out of here. 5 damage and 14 health. It's ridiculous. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Aginju. I didn't know this card existed. It goes into the S tier. Not that high. So essentially he has the reach ability, so he can reach over and do damage. 1. But here's the bottom line. I am basing this on the premise that you'll probably play her with Tarsa, which very, very likely premise. At which point, you have someone in your second row who's going to be dealing 2 damage with 2 health for $1? For 1 mana? That's insanity! You can literally get cards. It's just bonkers. Bonkers. But you got to make sure you get that extra health. And I really should have done that same premise with these ones now that I think about it. That you'd be using Tarsa. So those might be in the A tier. That might unclog the B tier a little bit. I think that might be the case. And I'm going to do that in a second. I think that's fair. Zaurin Efreet. So, 2 magic damage and awesome special ability is going to be able to get more health when it does damage to people. Monster's health increases each time it damages an enemy. Monster's health is proportionate to the damage dealt. So this thing is going to turn into potentially a massive tank. And I mean, these are legendaries. There's a reason that they're so dang good. A tier. A tier. 5 cost for that? Get out of here. Get out of here. That thing's going to be super powerful. I go top of the A tier. I don't think it's an S tier. You go top of the A tier. Alright. Caladum. 11 cost. Wow. 3 shield. 10 health. 3 magic damage. Magic resistance. So if you think you're going up against a Magic deck, this guy's going to pretty much wreck their face. 11 cost. That's high. I mean, I'm going to go 8 tier, but I'm going to go bottom of the 8 tier. That is a lot to spend. All right. Well, there you go. That is my listing. My unofficial listing of the best red fire cards in Splinterlands. Let me know in the comments below how right I am, how wrong I am, how this card is clearly way better and I'm just a plebe who doesn't know how to use it. And if you're interested in trying out Splinterlands, be sure to click on that link down below. I'm hoping to start a guild, hopefully in the next few weeks, so you can join it. I'm going to make a Bowers Game Corner guild. Come, be one of us. But as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye.